much. Welcome back to the show. This next guy, oh man.
Who is this guy?
Rutger Hauer.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen The Hitcher, just rent it. It's scary.
I will. I gotta see it.
Nobody plays bad guys like this next gentleman. His films include, of course, Blade Runner, Nighthawks, and the very same Hitcher. His new film is called The Blood of Heroes, and it opens next week. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Rutger Hauer. Hi, Rutger. Have a seat. Where are you from? What part of the world do we find you living these days? First of all, where are you from?
From Holland.
From Holland?
Yeah. You know what, Dave? After this guy, or he was sitting here, right? You scare me. You scare me.
Really? I scare you?
Yeah. So we scare each other.
Oh. What was life like growing up in Holland?
Okay, yeah. Fine.
Yeah? What did you do as a kid?
I played, I was on the streets a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I swam in the canals, which is not very advisable.
Were you a good kid?
Yeah, I guess.
Did you get in any kind of trouble?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, just big trouble or just regular kid trouble?
No, regular kid trouble.
Yeah, what kind of stuff?
What kind of trouble?
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't go to school a lot. That's basically my trouble. I didn't like school.
Yeah.
And so I had to lie a lot and I was bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah. Were your family, were your folks tough with you?
I went to the zoo a lot, too.
You did go to the zoo?
Yeah. The zoo was one of my favorite places. And then we have the harbor, which, of course, later on started to... I was a sailor for a year.
Yeah.
The sea was... my grandfather...
Traveled around the world?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chicago.
Uh-huh.
I was in Chicago when I was 15, and of course, because coming from where I come from, we built two-story houses, and we did not have television. And I came to Chicago through the Hudson River with the ship, and I climbed up one of the biggest buildings, and I thought, this is impressive.
Yeah. You should have spent more time in school. But that's a great experience for a kid. Yes,
how many
Rutger.
languages do you speak?
I speak one, but many different dialects.
Okay.
Now, how many languages do you speak?
4.
See, that's terrific. You speak, of course, here we go, English, obviously.
Yeah.
Dutch.
First. French.
French.
German.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you pick these up as a child living in Europe, or just going to school, or did you study them?
It's because, we pick them up easier.
Yeah.
It's easier for us to pick them up.
You need it over there, and I think it makes much better sense to have several. I have no idea what I'm talking about now, Rutger.
No, I know.
So tell me a bit, now that Hitcher, now that's like a classic, terrifying film now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was that fun to make?
Yeah, lots of fun.
It has one of the great endings in films, don't you think?
What? Like what? Well, I mean... Being shot, you mean?
Yeah, I thought it was a very suspenseful, exciting ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
kind of a double ending. You think and you hope. I hope it's over, and then it's not really quite over.
Yeah, we had a big discussion on the set. I remember because the way it was in the script, he would just shoot me.
Yeah.
And suddenly we had all these lawyers on the set going, "It's too rough. He becomes a killer. You got to do something." And they said, "Okay, I'll get up again."
Yeah.
And it's like.
Oh,
it's a
man.
little, but it works.
But it's actually, and I know I've gone on way too much about this. It's a great bit of fun and entertainment. So tell me about this other movie. You're down there in Australia. Is that the one?
Yeah, I did. You mentioned 4 of my movies, and I think probably people in the audience will know a little more. I made eight other movies that are also, they watch them. You kind of dwell on the bad guy.
No, let me tell you something. They get the resume as they leave, so they'll have all of your films be passed out. But you make such a great bad guy, I think, is why we mentioned that.
Yeah, I take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
That's why I do my work. I like to do good stuff.
Yeah. So tell us about working in Australia. Was that...
I have a comedy coming out.
Really?
Also. Yeah.
What is that?
That's called Blind Fury.
Uh-huh.
And
it sounds very funny. It sounds like a laugh riot.
Okay.
All right. Now, Australia. So you're down in Australia.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
3 months.
Yeah. And what part of the country?
We were in Sydney, in the studio for a month, and we trained a month, also in Sydney, and we were in the middle of the desert.
Mm-hmm. Now you're in the middle, that's where you did the bulk of the shooting?
That's where I met my first kangaroo.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just out there running wild?
No, they're not, it's not so crowded anymore. But I had an off-road bike, and during the lunch break, I would kind of wander around on the off-road bike, and I did, and on a hill was this kind of a feminine kangaroo lying in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And
now this is also a female kangaroo.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
a female, I guess.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, and probably thought, oh, foreigners, and
thought to herself, foreigners.
Yeah. And started hopping away, and I followed it. I couldn't keep up because of the cracks in the earth and the.
Now, this is a bike or a motorbike?
This is an off-road bike.
But a bicycle, not a motorbike.
No, a motorcycle.
A motorcycle, okay.
And I couldn't keep up, so it disappeared in the distance, and then I found that I was lost because I didn't see the set anymore, and I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
And it's about 1,000 miles each way.
That's right.
So, but I got lucky. I found a track, and I made a right instead of a left.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been sitting here.
Yeah. What did you learn from that experience?
Well, we are sometimes very, very stupid.
Yeah, I prove that to myself almost daily. But now, what is the scenery like out there? Is it very flat, and in the distance you see rocks and mountains, or is it just flat as far as you can see?
Yeah, it's flat, it's dusty, and it kind of rounds out at the end. You really see the curve of the earth.
You think you see the curve of the earth?
Yeah.
And this is dead center in the country.
Yeah, and there's no humidity in the air.
Yeah.
So it's clear.
Yeah.
Everything's clear. At night, the stars are sitting right on top of your
Did
head.
you see the Southern Cross?
I don't know the Southern Cross.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar.
Yeah. I think it would be prominent down there as maybe the Big Dipper is here, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, okay. But you knew it was a female kangaroo. That's something. Who could spot that on a motorcycle going 60? This man knows his kangaroos.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Thank you. Okay. The name of the film, The Blood of Heroes, opens all across the country next week. Well, I hope it's a big hit for you. And do you live in this country full time now?
No.
You have a house in the United States
Yeah, I
someplace?
do, in L.A.
In L.A.? Do you like that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a hotel, basically.
Yeah, but home is still, you go back to Holland?
Holland.
Okay, good. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for being here. My thanks to everybody who was on the show tonight, Rutger Hauer and Will Schreiner, and of course the new heavyweight champion of the world, James Buster Douglas. We'll be back tomorrow night, folks. Thank you very much. We'll see everyone.